He doesn't care about you. He's going to do what he does and say F you all. It's pretty bad when you get Ohio State fans in the comments saying stuff like this. I'm an Ohio State fan, and I gotta tell you, I feel bad for Penn State fans. This guy ain't it. They aren't winning a championship if Franklin is the head coach. That said, hope they keep him, LOL. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great Tuesday. Hope all of you having a great start to your week. And guess who we got to talk about yet again? Your boy James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions. I've had a bunch of people send me a few tweets we're going to check out in this video, and I'm pretty excited to get into it. The beauty of this channel is I don't have to pander to you guys. I don't have to lie to you. I can just come out and say it because we got a good community here. We're like brothers, sisters, cousins, etc., etc. Anytime there's an opportunity to hate on James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions, your boy Matt B. Great's jumping all over it. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's a chore to report on this news. Absolutely not. I'm chomping at the bit. Let's get into it. Do you know how long I have been waiting for the rest of the nation to come to the realization that I came to 4 years ago, that James Franklin and Penn State's irrelevant? A very long time. So now that it's here, I'm relishing the opportunity. I don't think y'all understand it. You may think you do, but you don't. I'm just so happy that other people are finally realizing that this program isn't going to go anywhere with Franklin as the head coach. Before we go any farther, I meant to start the video by saying this. Sometimes I forget it is what it is. We just hit 380,000 subscribers. Clap it up, clap it up. The push to 400K, it's real. So, yeah. I'm not going to give you some corny speech like all these YouTubers do. If you like our content, you like college football stuff, consider subscribing and joining our community. We greatly appreciate it. One thing y'all probably picked up on the channel, I rarely say, hey, like the videos or subscribe to them, because I've always had the belief of, because as a viewer myself, if I like somebody's content, I'm going to subscribe, I'm going to like the video. It's really as simple as that. I don't need them to preach it to me in every single video I watch. But I'll let this be known right now, since we are approaching a big milestone, I am going to push it a little bit more normal, so I hope the people that are subscribed, you don't mind too much. We got a long way to go, but let's check out this tweet. So I already looked at this. I already watched this 40-second. How long is the video clip? Yeah, 41 seconds. I'm not even going to waste your time. It's useless. It's coach talk. It's James Franklin just saying, oh, yeah, we got to be better here. Got to be better here. It was a terrible press conference. He's just sitting up here going, yeah, well, we lost the turnover battle. We lost the 3rd down and 4th down battle, but we won the explosive play rate, yada, yada, yada. But what caught my attention with this is this Penn State fan and some other fans. Here's what they had to say. It's so freaking over, man. Listen to the beginning of the presser after the worst loss in program history. Blatant filibusters with, we'll say, bullcrap, not a single fan cares about. He doesn't care about you. He's going to do what he does and say F you all. It's pretty bad when you get Ohio State fans in the comments saying stuff like this. I'm an Ohio State fan, and I gotta tell you, I feel bad for Penn State fans. This guy ain't it. They aren't winning a championship if Franklin is the head coach. That said, hope they keep him, LOL. Will said, him saying several times, quote unquote, you have to look at what this program has accomplished, but nobody wants to talk about that, is insane. Saying crap like that after the worst loss potential in program history is tone deaf and just plain lame. I agree. And it goes back to what we talked about yesterday. You got this goofy goober, aka James Franklin, tweeting about, hey, let's go, let's get ready for Northwestern. Buddy, get off Twitter. That's the worst thing you can do after we're one of the most demoralizing losses in program history. Tweet about the next game. Just shut up. Here's another one. This is from Eric Fletcher. I believe this was on, this was on the Pat McAfee show. Hashtag, I don't want to overreact, but I swear on everything, we'll say blank holy, if James Franklin is still in that office of this Friday, I may have to just transfer out of this school. I can speak for 99.9% of the student body here. We are bummed out. Let's read out some of the comments on our recent video. Penn State refused, I like how it's in all caps, to play, I'm not going to scream like he is, a single road game the entire first month of the season. Then they have the nerve to complain the very first time they travel. Yeah, that's James Franklin for you. That got over 100 likes. Shout out to Ron for writing that comment. One more, this is The Real Chris TV. I get the travel thing, but Oregon just traveled to Penn State last week. That's what I'm saying. For James Franklin to be crying about, whoa, our players are tired, man. They're a little banged up. We just had to travel. Like, what are you talking about? Oregon just had to travel across the country to play you. You didn't hear them crying and complaining. This is what losers do. Let me give you some life advice with your boy Matt. Winners never have excuses. Losers always do. This is from D. Wolf, lifelong Penn State fan here. I've wanted Franklin gone for years. I don't want them to suck, but if that's what it takes to get more people to hate them, I'll take it. At least somebody's got some common sense. Penn State beating Ohio State would be the funniest thing ever. Kind of would, but, well, that's a win. You know what? That's the most win-win that I think about it situation for Matt B. Great. Yeah. I really can't lose that day. Oh my gosh, I just thought about it. Wow, that's going to be a great day for me regardless for whoever wins. If Ohio State wins, I get to hate on James Franklin and Penn State again. But if Ohio State loses, the Ryan Day fraud argument just gets even better. Wow, I can't wait for that game. As an Oregon fan blessed with Dan Lanning as a coach you are, Penn State can't say that travel was the issue. Well, James Franklin did. Oregon traveled across the country almost, yes. I mean, you're just saying what we've talked about up until this point. I appreciate the comment, but we just talked about it. I honestly can't believe he posted that either, especially after losing to UCLA. It's like begging to be clowned. Hashtag Matt B. Georgia Tech. What is this hashtag? I'm not even going to. What is that? That has nothing to do with this comment or whatnot, but anyways, I digress. I can't believe it either. Look at this one. Matt Ruby making an 11-minute video for one tweet. You dang right I am, because I can't believe he posted that. I'm a Penn State fan, and it feels so embarrassing losing to UCLA. I do agree with What? I do agree with he meant to say with what you said. I was about to say, what are you talking about? Well, what you said, okay, sorry. This sentence is so, with would you said, Matt, but I think he meant to say with what you said, Matt, okay, about James Franklin and Penn State. I will root. Hey, buddy! Look, with all due respect, stay in school. Or if you've graduated, you need to retake an English class. Look how you spell root. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Sorry, lucky for Ohio State and Indiana because I want you to fine. I can't get over how he spelled root. Never a dull moment in this comment section. Bro spelled root like Route 66. I think I'll get the gist of things. I don't need to sit up here and read off 50 different comments from all the Penn State fans. They're not happy and they want them gone. But let me explain to you why this is a big problem, and it's something that you really don't see a lot in college football. We'll take Billy Napier, for example, who's been on the hot seat ever since he stepped foot onto that campus at Florida. Even though there's we'll say a good portion of the Florida fan base that hasn't bought in, we'll say 50%, he still has support from the other 50%. And the reason that has been the case at Florida is because every single year he has his annual "you can't fire me" game. He wins 1 to 2 games per year. He has no business winning. He always beats the top 10 team. And it doesn't matter if you go 5-7, 6-6, 6-5, or even 8-4. If you beat a top 10 team, that gives you so much momentum heading into the next season, and it makes the fans feel good because it shows them you can compete with the big boys. It proves to the student body, it proves to the alumni, the boosters, hey, if we play our A-plus game and if he can get comfortable here, get the right guys in this program, we can compete for a championship. Well, Penn State, it's the complete opposite. Penn State has no problem whatsoever beating up on the cupcakes, but when it comes to the top 10, I think James Franklin has won one of those games. He's like 1-20. It's some outrageous stat like that. Don't quote me. When it comes to top 10 opponents, awful. When it comes to Oregon, Michigan, Ohio State, awful there too. And that's why it's demoralizing for the fan base because the writing is on the wall. You know what's going to happen. You can make the playoff. You can make the Big Ten championship, but you know you're not going to win that game. At least for Florida, they can have some high spirits about them because Billy Napier, he beats top 15 teams like it's nothing every single year. Outside of winning big-time games, it's so rare to see the entire fan base turn the head coach. Before the UCLA game, there was a game last year. Was it Ohio State? I don't know. There was one game last year where the fans, as soon as the game was over, was saying, "Fire James Franklin." They were starting up a chant, and he even went back and forth with one of the students. The Fire James Franklin movement and the fan base not being sold on him 100% has been going on way before the UCLA game. Losing to the Bruins, it just poured more fuel into the fire. And I don't know if you can stop it. Everybody's talking about, well, what if they run the table, Matt? What if they upset Ohio State? Here's my rebuttal to that. Here's my question for you, Chad and Brad and Thad in the comments. Are we even sure they're going to beat Iowa at Iowa? Because I'm not. They should beat them, but heck, let's worry about the Iowa Hawkeyes before you start talking about upsetting number 1 Little Bro State. And let me know in the comment section if we got some Penn State fans. Are you waiting and holding off until the Ohio State game to completely write them off? I'm curious. Hypothetically speaking, if he can pull off that upset, maybe it'll make some fans happy, but still, I don't know if that'll be enough. Because here's the thing with that. Just because you beat Ohio State, it doesn't mean you're the national champion. You still got to fight to get into the playoff. You got to beat Indiana. You got to beat Nebraska. Those aren't easy opponents. Then you got to, if you made the Big Ten championship, you probably got to win that one. And then you got to run the table in the playoff. Let me ask you a question. Do you think James Franklin can win 5 to 6 consecutive games against top 15 or 20 opponents? I don't. He can't even win one. What makes you think he's going to run the table and win 4, 5, 6 of them? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on us down below. But